All right, perfect. So, all right, we've got AJ on the call. We got Josh, Roger, Smodge, John, Jenny left for whatever reason. She'll probably be back, and I'm sure we'll have a couple more people pop in as they see the broadcast.
Okay.
But yeah, so basically what this call is about is we're going to go over Josh's sales process. He's literally just crushing it. Closed 126 members since March 1st in his smallest market of 5,000 people, and then plus his other, he's got 7 clubs, so they're all crushing it as well. And it's because he has a process. And so today he's going to show us kind of what that looks like. So the first question is, and the way this call is going to be structured is Josh is going to kind of take us through. We can ask little questions here and there, but we'll have time for Q&A at the end mostly. We'll save it for, and then we have a couple announcements. So Roger asks for Josh to close on 126. How many total leads were generated during the campaign during this time, and what was the total ad budget spend to generate? We would have to honestly probably look at that and see what it costed us. But for just kind of a base point, so Roger, we're spending $500 per month at the club. So if you do like March, April, and then whatever this month, so maybe 1K something, but that's kind of our standard is the $500 a month. And right now Facebook's, they're trying to creep up on the ad costs. And of course, the more money you spend, the better results you will get. But I'm going to actually, I'm going to ask to start the video for you, Josh, and I'll let you kind of answer that question.
Okay, sure. And I don't have all my numbers in front of me. I'm actually at one of our other clubs right now, doing a club visit, and wanted to hop on this call. But I mean, number of leads is, Andrew's consistently given us at least 100 leads a month at all 7 of our clubs each. So,
nice.
There's been quite a few leads. It's important to look at the whole total number of leads and to look at your closing percentage and see the conversion rates. All that is very important to see. But it's also recognizing in Facebook marketing, you're going to get people at different stages of behavioral change. If you're not familiar with those stages, I do recommend Casey Conrad's newest book, and she goes through that in detail. People that grasp a hold of a digital ad are at the beginning stage, longer to get in the door and then even get them to make a decision. That's why processes are, of course, are important. Always having a next step is important. We're going to talk about that as far as how we do it at all of our locations today. So I can't, like I said, I don't have exact numbers in front of me. But that club is growing month over month. Its overall numbers have gone up every month. We haven't had a stalled month. We haven't gone backwards at all since using Gym Leads.
Nice, that's awesome. So yeah, man. If you want to, and by the way, guys, if you're having any issues, feel free to let us know in the chat. And if you can hear me, go ahead and let me know. Drop a 1 in the chat. And if you have any questions pertaining to whatever Josh is talking to at a specific time, feel free to ask. But the bulk of what we'll be asking. So if it's not pertaining to the subject matter that we're talking about right then, just save it till the end and we'll get it taken care of. So Josh, yeah, man, if you don't mind, kind of take it away and like just kind of explain your process from, when we get a lead, what it looks like on your end, and then how you're handling that lead all the way up to a close.
Sure, definitely. And I'll say at the beginning, it's going to be very important. I don't know about your locations. For our locations, getting this number of leads in all at once, we had to have a good overall company structure and organization in place. So what we use is called 4S. We got it from 4 Disciplines of Execution. So our daily important goals are set, sold, save, and schedule. And I can talk more about that later, but biggest thing is we want to teach our team how to keep the main thing the main thing. So as we walk through our sales pipeline, everything we're doing is trying to keep the main thing, of course, is setting appointments, selling and memberships, and then making the members happy. Somebody's not muted.
Nice. I'm trying to figure it out.
Pipeline-wise,
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry, I'm going to mute everybody.
And... is lead acquisition. There should be multiple. 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 There should be multiple.
Sorry about that.
All right.
All right, you're good. So you're the only one unmuted now.
All right. So the first step is lead acquisition. You know that. That's why you are have already hired or going to hire Andrew and Gym Leads Fast. There's multiple ways your gym should be acquiring leads, not just Facebook ads, but to get the bulk of them, it's going to be through digital marketing. And of course, I'll attest that Andrew's provided a lot of leads for us at all 7 of our locations. So you've gotten the lead in now from Andrew. So it's gone through his funnel. He's delivered it however he's delivering it to you, whether it's via email or app. You can also get it to directly link with ClubOS. So it'll come right into ClubOS for you. So your next step is lead nurturing. This is the biggest step. It's not acquiring it, and it's not even what happens when they come in the door. That's important, but the nurturing is huge. So we follow mainly 3 steps on lead nurturing. Number 1 is what Andrew preaches is how quickly can you contact them when you get the information. The faster, the better. And what we've done is we immediately send a scripted text, and then we follow it up with a call. So the scripted text literally says, "Hey, John, this is Josh with Anytime Fitness in Pearl. I'm reaching out because you registered online. Currently, we're going to gift you a 21-day coaching experience to 10 people who are ready for results now. We're able to set that up for you in the facility during your free initial visit. What time today is best, morning, afternoon, or evening?" From that point, they'll reply morning, afternoon, or evening. Once they reply, it's always alternate of choice. So you're going to give them, if they say evening, okay, I have a 5:45 or a 6:25 available. They give you a time. They say 6:25, for example. You say, great. Josh will be the staff person meeting with you tonight at 6:25 at Anytime Fitness Pearl. By the way, that's on South Pearson next to Dollar General. He will reach out to you before that time to introduce himself. Great. So now they know the next step is they're going to get a phone call from the staff person. It doesn't matter if that appointment's set 20 minutes from right now. Somebody's still going to reach out again from this text before the appointment. The follow-up call from them is also scripted. This is how you're going to pre-qualify them. So you want to get as much information as possible. And really, this call should be made if they don't answer the text or they do. But no matter what, you want to get as much information as possible before they show up. In our follow-up call, we use Casey Conrad's phone script. So she sells all of her information on through her website. It works every time. So Casey Conrad's phone script or in her new books. But first thing you're going to ask in the follow-up call is, how did you hear about us? Of course, you know they heard about you on Facebook, but you want to know how else. So how else have you heard about us? We really want to ask 3 times. So they heard about us on Facebook. They live in the area. Their friend is a member. However, that's important, not just for marketing, but how you can approach them when they actually show up in the gym. How'd you hear about us? Have you ever visited the facility before? Yes. Well, how was that? Did you get a tour? Did you work out? Did you enjoy it?
Got it. Hey, man, don't mean to butt in. Your internet is breaking up. Are you connected to Wi-Fi? He's cutting. Hey, guys, if you can hear me, let me know. And if you're having any...
If not, working out. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Your internet's cutting in and out. Okay. And so I was just wondering, are you connected to Wi-Fi?
I am.
Okay. Guys, let me know if okay, AJ says he said Andrew's crystal clear. Josh is having some connection issues. Okay.
Let me walk outside.
Okay. Yeah. So does anybody have any questions so far? I love that, man. Just touching the ball is really, really, really important. And so I love how, he's got from it's very clear what's going to happen with the lead from the moment it is generated to, however many times they're going to touch the ball. And then, and I'm sure it's going to be consistent all the way up to a sale. It's hard to understand each part so far because the connection has been a bit rough. Okay. No worries. Do you know if the club has Wi-Fi?
It does, and it should be set up. Let's see if I can walk outside, of course, to get the trash. if I can get better connection outside and inside.
If they don't answer the – okay, so Karen says, if they don't answer the text or call, how many times do you try to reach out? Karen, so I'd like to take this one. All right, go ahead.
No matter what, we're going to reach out 10 days in a row if they haven't set the appointment.
Nice. That's one thing that I get from a lot of clients is like a lot of clients will reach out once and let it sit. And the follow-up in anything, in any industry, needs to be heavy. I mean, I have clients that'll follow up until somebody says leave them alone.
Right.
So it's really important. Follow-up is, that lead's not dead. They opted in for a reason. So you need to be doing everything that you can and touching the ball to get them in-house. So
yeah, that's correct. So, we're going to follow up 10 days in a row. After the 10th day, then we're going to do a follow-up of once a month.
Nice. I like it.
And of course, in your CRM, you can set up drip campaigns and all that kind of stuff to kind of help with that. But
okay, got it. So audio is a little bit better now.
Okay. I'll just stay.
If you cut out, I'll let you know.
All right. So to review, we're as soon as we get the lead in, we're going to send them a scripted text, and then we're going to make a scripted call. The call is, how did you hear about us? Have you ever visited the facility? Are you working out anywhere currently? How often are you going? What are you doing? Is there anything that you're wanting to accomplish that you're not currently accomplishing where you're at? That's great, because then you enter your unique selling proposition. So what makes your location different? And I would go far to say, what makes your Anytime Fitness different than maybe another Anytime Fitness that you already own? So you got to really make it unique to the market that you're in. If they've already set the appointment, then you're going to confirm it again. Look forward to seeing you this afternoon. Are you going to be coming with a friend or coming alone? If they haven't, then you set the appointment through the same scripting we used in the text message. And then tell them that you're going to be communicating again before the appointment.
Okay, got it. So you are cutting out in and out. It's a little more bearable, but
trying to see if I can walk in a better spot. I mean, I don't know.
You got moments where it's really clear. Either way, it's doing its job for right now. But if you guys get to a point to where you can't hear, let me know and I'll let him know.
Okay.
But Roger says hold a golf club in the air. So coming to the point, what's next? When they walk in the door?
All right. So now that the big picture is you want to confirm in your mind 3 times before the appointment.
Love it.
All right. So now they've walked in the door, we have a sales process. So they've come in the door. First step is greeting and rapport. Again, you've already gotten some of this information. You know if they live near the gym, you know where they work, you know ideally if they're coming with a friend or a spouse, all that kind of stuff.
So we got 2 questions. They're both basically asking, Roger says, what does the confirmation and reminder the 3 times, what does that look like? And then also somebody said, what are we confirming? So they're confirming that they're going to actually show up at the club. So there's 3 touch points before. So you set the appointment, you touch base with them 3 times to make sure they're showing up inside the club.
Well, because the reality is everybody's busy. And so even if they have good intentions at showing up, if life happens, they're just going to forget. And so the more often you can have communication using your name and using their name, now there's a personal connection.
Nice. I love that.
Especially if you can get that information from them in that call, in the scripted call.
Okay.
Because ideally you want them to name their issue and then number it. So what do they want to accomplish? How much weight and when? And so now you're kind of getting some emotional touch points that we'll talk about during the sales process. But, and then by confirming and reminding, you're bringing in urgency and scarcity.
Yep.
So every special should expire. Every special should have a limited number on paper. And so that way it helps them to drive in because you want the appointment to be within 48 hours.
Okay, got it. And then so last question is, so what do the 3 touch points look like? Is it phone, call, text, or email?
I think text is fine. Ideally, you at least want to have one personal conversation with them so they hear that you're a real person.
Okay.
Because then they feel obligated. I can't not show up with Josh. Where if it's only text or email, they don't feel like it's a real person. They have no remorse in just not showing up, not calling.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that, man. Making it more personable. Then he also says, does it differ for clients that are, the same day, or clients that are 2 days away? Do you still?
I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, it would be a little different if they call you right now and they want to schedule an appointment for 12 o'clock. You might not be able to hit it 3 times.
Right.
But you always want to communicate that, even if you're on the phone call, you set the appointment on the call. You're going to say, all right, well, as soon as we hang up the call, I'm going to send you a confirmation message repeating your appointment time. So you're telling them, you're not bothering them. And so if it's that close, no. Now, if you're setting the appointment for tomorrow, you better remind them, because they're going to, something's going to come up.
I love it. So 3 touch points. Text seems to be the most personable. I love that. And so, yeah, that's really, really important. So from the moment they get in the door, what does that sales process look like?
All right. So
this is where I'm like super excited, because
sure,
a lot of clients, they're not comfortable from the beginning selling. But the whole point is, right, and I always explain this from the beginning, it's like I explain to each and every one of you what the value ladder is. So what it is like, how do we get somebody in on an initial offer so we can show the value in what we have? When we can do that, it becomes really easy to upsell to whatever it is. So when we have them in-house, that is that moment where we're showing the value. They're able to see, you can find that main pain point and really kind of dig in and say, hey, listen, this is how we can help you. And then you make an offer at the end. So I don't know how you do it, Josh, but take it away, man.
100%. Well, the reality is you have to realize that you're a problem solver. Every single person in the gym has a problem. Even if they're a dude that's been working out and feel like they like the way they look, if they were perfect, they wouldn't be in the gym. Everybody has a problem.
Right.
So the sales process is uncovering the pain point, promoting a pleasurable outcome, and then giving them the pathway to get there.
I love it.
So step 1 is problem solving. Step 2 is greeting and rapport. So you're going to meet them at the door. You're going to be dressed professionally. We require all of our staff to wear polos. All of our staff has to wear slacks. They have to be shaven and clean and professional. They're going to look them in the eye, shake their hand. Rapport does not have to last long, but you have to understand. Can you repeat the first part? So being a problem solver, realizing everybody has a problem. Rapport.
He's talking about uncovering the pain.
Pain. So you're going to find out the pain point. And we'll talk about that in qualifying. You're going to cast a vision of a pleasurable solution, and then you're going to offer them a pathway.
Spot on.
So pleasure, pathway.
Future pacing, right? Just showing them what that future looks like. Listen, when 3 months from now, when you're down 20 pounds, if their pain point is they want to spend more time with their kids, you explain how you can help them. And
that's right. Tony Robbins is real big on that. So that's a Tony Robbins thing. I stole it. So the biggest thing on rapport is you understand psychological triggers. So you need to watch their body language. You need to pay attention to how they interact with you. You need to kind of quickly learn, are they a storyteller type person, or are they logical? They want to know facts, and you need to follow along with that so they can trust you. The whole point of building rapport is trust.
Right.
You're not a car salesman. You're trying to deliver a healthy future. So that's step 2, greeting and rapport. Step 3 is qualifying. So we're going to take them from the front door into the office, and we're going to go through our qualifying paperwork. Everybody probably has maybe a different qualifying sheet. We honestly still use Anytime Fitness's old one just because it works. You walk down the question, so it's going to ask, what are you currently doing in life? What is your past fitness experience? What do you want to accomplish, and how much motivation do you need? The qualifying sheet only works if you ask more questions. Again, you want to uncover the number. So how much weight do they want to lose? When do they want to lose it by? And the real reason. So we call it name it. So name it. So I need to lose 30 pounds in 6 months because I'm getting married. I need to gain 10 pounds because my doctor says I'm too thin, or for osteoporosis, or whatever. So whatever it is, you can't let them be vague. Being vague is not a win.
Right.
The more information, the better. The deeper, the better. This is an emotional type situation during qualifying. It should be heavily emotional.
I agree.
Again, there's a lot of questions. You need to have a sheet. If you don't have a sheet, we can send you one. Casey Conner has it in her book. Anytime Fitness has it on the dashboard. But making them fill out a qualifying sheet and then asking more probing questions. If they constantly are vague, you ask, what else? Tell me more. Those two statements always provide more information. So that's step 3. Step 4 is the lever. So a lever is literally a tease. You're not giving them any information. You're just saying.
I was going to ask, is this when they're in the door?
Yes, they're already in front of you. So you've created a rapport, you've qualified, and then you're going to say, and we're so excited that you've come in today for your free initial visits that we have a great promotion for you that we'll go over later on in the process.
Nice.
So you haven't told them anything, but you want to keep their attention and that they're going to get something different than the Facebook ad they've already read. It doesn't work if they've already signed up for 30 days free and you say, hey, for coming in today, you get 30 days free. That doesn't work.
Right.
You have to have something, and it can be anything. And It doesn't have to cost you anything, but you have to hint at something that you're going to gift them for showing up to their appointment. So I'm so excited
they're in-house.
What's that? Oh, exactly. I'm so happy. I'm honored that you took the time to come in today. We do have a great free initial visit, present, gift, promotion, special, surprise, however you want to word it.
Nice.
That we will go over later on.
At the end of the call. And so basically that's where you would value stack and say, hey, listen, I definitely think we can help you. Love it. What we can do for you today, if you decide to sign up, is this, and this, or whatever, and just value stack.
But you don't bring that up until the price presentation. All you're doing is teasing it right now.
Got it. Okay. Love it, dude. This is like spot on.
If you don't tease it early and then you present it as an urgency thing today, later, it looks like you're desperate and you're trying to sell them.
Right.
When it comes to price presentation, you want them to buy. You don't want to have to sell them.
Nice. Dude, I love everything that you're saying right now. So just to kind of stop you real quick, is there like a layout of this that we can give them after the call? And then guys, if you want that, put in the chat 1 and or 2, and I'll get that over to you at the end.
Yeah. If you'll get me emails, I can email the points.
Okay. Perfect.
So that's lever. That makes sense. It's super easy. It's literally one sentence. It's easy to forget, but I feel like it's a huge value for today only promotions. You want to get them to sign up right then.
Right.
Next is then you say, do you have time for a tour? This seems stupid, but if they don't have time, I don't want you to speed through your process because you don't want to have to spill your beans if you're not going to make money that day. So if they don't have time, you schedule another time. If they do have time, which most of them do, then you take them on a tour. Your tour needs to be scripted but flexible.
Okay.
By scripted, meaning you're going to put them on the same machines you put everybody on because you want them to actually touch and feel and interact with the equipment.
Nice.
That way they can, because you're going to ask questions. Can you see how doing this exercise can help you lose 30 pounds in 6 months?
Got it.
You're starting to get them to visualize the pleasure that's going to happen. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, what we put them on is we put everybody on an elliptical with arms because it's full body. We understand that full body movements help with increased blood flow, help you to lose more weight and body fat, blah, 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 educate them. And then we'll say, can you see this? Can you see how this will help you lose weight? Yes. Great. It's the idea of the power of yes. You want them to say yes enough. So you do that. So in your tour, ideally, I don't know your facilities. It's going to be a grocery store tour. So you're going to take the widest path possible, and then you're going to hit the important aisles that you want them to hit. So we always do the elliptical or AMT, or if you have a rower, you can do a rower. We always do TRX. We try and introduce some type of kettlebell movement. If they're brand new to the facility, we will put them on a selectorized machine, but we make sure that we educate them in saying this is good to start, but we're not going to let you stay here. So the tour is called feature benefit feedback. What of our features is going to benefit them specifically, and what do they think about it?
Got it.
Does that make sense on the tour?
Yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense? And then also at the end of the call, I'm going to need to collect everybody's email. That way we can make sure we get all this stuff over to you. But yeah, if that makes sense, let us know, guys. And then from there.
So at the end of the tour, then this is the important question. Can you see yourself being a part of our family? Or is there anything that to this point prevents you from getting started today?
Okay.
The reason you ask that is that means if they have any other questions, you haven't shown them enough value yet. So you've uncovered pain, but you haven't showed enough pleasure yet in your tour. So if whatever answer they say, you go back into the tour. You don't want to show your prices until you feel like they're ready to buy.
Okay, dude, sales psychology, man. I wish more people focused on that because it's huge. Man, the moment that I started understanding sales psychology, that's when I started selling more clients because I was able to future pace. Listen, what is it? Where are you at right now? Listen, I can definitely put you on a faster track to where you want to go. Can you see yourself being a part of this? Or do you have any other questions or asking that question, right? So he said, what was the last question to ask? Anything else to prevent them? Oh, yeah.
Is there anything else that would prevent you from starting today? Is there anything that would prevent you from getting started today? Is there anything that would prevent you from being a member of our fitness family today? Can you see yourself accomplishing what X, Y, and Z that they already told you, losing the 10 pounds over the next 6 months? You're just fishing for yeses. Yes, it sounds great. No, there's nothing that will prevent me. If they say price, again, we're in the middle price point. Well, it just depends on how much it costs. So then you ask, okay, if price was not an issue, is there anything else that would stop you from getting started today?
Right. Man, see, I love that. Just the little things. So for me, and this actually don't do this anymore because all of the clients that I close are over a call, but one big thing that helped me, just a little thing that for sales psychology is the more you can have their head nodding yes, like asking little questions like, hey, does that make sense? Are you with me? The more you can get their head nodding yes, it just makes it way more natural when you pop the big question for them to say yes. So, so that's definitely been huge for me. So then, moving forward, Josh.
So they said yes. You bring them back into the office. Their qualifying sheet should be covering your prices. You're going to re-summarize everything that's already happened. So I understand, Mr. Smith, that you've come in today. It's been about a year since you were last happy with your fitness. You desire to lose 30 pounds over the next 6 months because of preventing heart disease. I'm so excited and thankful you've come in today. What I believe is going to help you produce the results the most would be, and then present your number one package.
Okay.
All right. The trick with price presentation is you better be confident in what you're selling. And then once you present it, shut up and let them decide. They're an adult.
Right.
Too often we talk our customers out of buying because we won't stop talking.
Right. Yep.
So present it and then literally just shut up and just wait.
Nice. So AJ asks, so do you prefer to use the qualifying sheet over the iPad?
You can use an iPad. That's fine. Currently, we haven't been because we do biweekly billing, and the iPad was not prepared for biweekly billing yet.
Right.
You can use the iPad. That's not a big deal. The biggest thing is I don't want to show them pricing until after we re-summarize why they walked in the door.
Right. Okay. Got it. Yeah, wherever you're standing is like perfect. Your audio has been killing it. All right. So
I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle of an alley. All right. So that price presentation, again, you're going to present your best package. The better you are at being confident in what you're selling, you can not just present the cheapest package. You should present what you feel like they're going to need.
Right.
And this, I don't want to get much into this because it's going to take us off base, and I can explain it later. But we want all of our members in front of a coach, and so if the person tells me that they don't want a coach, I charge them more per month. And our salesmen have to be confident enough to say, in my professional opinion, I believe what's going to help you the most is this package, even though it's more expensive. So I don't want to waste a lot of time right now on what our prices are. I'll be glad to talk to people about that because it's a reverse tier. It's price psychology. But
right. Okay. Nice. So where is and you might have covered this already, but the value stack, where exactly in this process?
That's going to happen now. So at price presentation, you say, And I also mentioned earlier that because you came in on the free initial visit, that we have a additional gift for you. By starting today, whatever your special is, we'll also waive the $100 enrollment fee. We'll double the, you signed up for a 21-day experience. We'll double that and give you, 42 days of coaching. It doesn't really matter what it is.
So here's the thing. So most of our clients are on 1 month free just because that campaign is just nuts. Sure. You started with the 1 month free as well. Yep. What did that look like if they said, well, what about the 30-day free thing? Or
for that matter, on the 30-day free, they only got that when they joined.
Okay,
so
nice.
We didn't just hand out 30-day keys.
Got it.
I understand you came in today, and honestly, and this is kind of going in reverse, it doesn't matter why a lead walks in your door. Yes, you should recognize it. Thank you for registering for the 30-day, Facebook voucher, or thank you for registering online. But after that point, your process should stay the same.
Yep.
So don't let them, just because they think, oh, where's my 30-day key? They're not in control. Right. They came to see you. You're the fitness professional. So you march them through your process regardless of how you got their lead information.
Right. Right. So
if it was a 30-day free, what we did was say, by getting started today, we're going to cut your 24/7 access key in half. By getting started today, we'll waive the $100 enrollment fee. So it's a savings of now $100 and whatever that first month cost is. So the lever really doesn't matter. And if it helps your salespeople to have a structured lever, well, then do the same lever this month and then do a different lever next month. Because again, you're not promoting the lever until they come in the door, until they go through your process.
Right. Yeah. And so, okay, perfect. So that's the thing there. Because every now and again, I've had a client say, hey, we had a member say, okay, what happened to the 30 days free thing? And it was a mix up, but I was trying to explain to them, listen, we got to get them in house. Sure. So then we can switch the offer after the value stack. So I like how you broke it down, man. I really can't wait for everybody to receive just kind of a layout of what that looks like in-house. I think it's going to be really, really valuable. And I think, I wouldn't be surprised if, they started implementing it right away, that their sales started doubling. Because we got a lot of people that actually give away, and which I always tell them, listen, if they go ahead.
I was going to say, there's nothing wrong with playing the long game.
Right.
And we do give, if they don't close, so after you present the prices, you shut up, you allow them to think it through. They're an adult, let them make the decision. After a few moments, then you're going to close. So you're going to assume the sale. So you go ahead and start putting the key in the system. You go ahead and say, all right, if you'll just fill this information out, we'll go ahead and get you started today. You assume the sale. Again, that's psychology. You're just going to, if they've already said yes, you just got to keep on flowing. They're going to say yes again. If an objection comes, it's going to come right now.
Right.
So we have 4 steps to overcome objections. If we can't overcome the objection, we roll them into a guided 7-day experience, because that's playing the long game. I'm not going to give them a 30-day key, because let's just be honest. If they don't know after 7 days, or really after a couple of days, they're not going to know. They're not ready yet. They're not to that stage of behavioral change. Right,
man. I love how clear you're making this, because for the most part, my clients, they have a lot of different ways of selling. You guys are amazing at selling. And so I know it'll be really valuable to the rest of everybody, just to kind of give them a format that they can follow. But yeah, man. So from there, we're just like assuming the sale.
So we assume the sale, they've purchased, say they said yes, they picked whatever package you presented. Another major one of our KPIs is setting the fitness consultation at the point of sale. It's not a choice. It's not an option. That's part of the package that they bought. So we're going to go ahead and schedule it. Honestly, we do that because that helps the PT sale process if the sets happen right then. And then we present the referral process, because again, like we mentioned earlier, you have to acquire leads more than just Facebook. And the cheapest lead you can acquire is a referral. So we're going to present the referral process, which is going to have another lever built into that. And we have a referral script that we use. Again, all that came from Casey Conrad.
Nice.
And that's it. The sale's made. We've handed them off to the personal trainer at this point to do the customer experience.
Okay. Here's a question for you. And guys, so that's kind of what it looks like from A to Z, and we'll package that up and give that to you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them now. But I have one for you, just while everybody's on the call. Every now and again, I'll get a client that says, hey, So we're doing this 1 month free thing. It doesn't sound like the leads are qualified. I'm like, listen, first of all, my first flag is like, okay, did you get with them in the first 15 minutes?
Sure.
And then why is it working all over the US except for where you are? So what do you think about that?
I hate that. And I will say a couple of my team members said the same thing. Well, these aren't qualified leads.
Right.
What does that mean? I mean, and again, that's understanding behavioral change. There's different steps of behavioral change. There's, and I'm sure Andrew can talk about digital marketing way more than I can, but in any digital ad, your first wave, there's going to be a percentage of that wave that are coupon clickers. So they're going to click on any coupon. Now they're interested. They're not going to click on a coupon they don't care about. I mean, we're not talking about hoarders. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
So, but you got to understand that you might have to walk with that person a little longer, or you better uncover that pain point strong enough, and then present a strong enough pleasure opportunity for them to go ahead and get started.
Spot on.
That's the two things. Or, and again, if they still don't, if it's a not right now, well, then you better put them in a follow-up. There's should always be a next step. Always should be a next step.
110%. I agree with everything you just said, man. And so, yeah, like there is going to be, because we are leveraging the word free, you will get those coupon clickers, but you can't really kind of throw all of the leads under that net. So we got a question from AJ. It says, you said there were 4 things for overcoming objections. Roll them into 7, and then if they don't, accept or whatever, roll them into a 7-day guided experience. What are the other 3?
Oh, so 7-day guided experience is not overcoming. That's the solution or the next step if they still don't join. So the 4 steps overcoming objection. Step 1 is listen. That sounds dumb again, but if they object, say price, I can't afford it. If you immediately start talking, they think as a customer, he didn't understand or he doesn't care what I said. So if you take a few moments and listen, it shows that you appreciate it, you understood, and you would say, I understand, Mr. Smith, that if I'm hearing you correctly, that you're not sure that you can afford this. Yes. Okay, I understand. This is a big investment. Investing into your health is a major decision. Now, that's at that point. As soon as there's an objection, if you're on the iPad, scroll off the prices or turn the iPad over. If you're using paper price presentation, cover it up with the qualifying sheet because you want them to stare down at what they already told you. Most people who object and are in a pressure situation are going to look down. So you want them to look down at what they already told you, their pain point. So first step is listen. Second step is re-summarize what they told you. But Mr. Smith, if help me, make sure I'm saying this correctly. Earlier, you mentioned that it was the reason you came in today is because whatever they told you. And then during the tour, you agreed that using X, Y, and Z programming would help you get to whatever you're trying to get to. Is that correct? Yes.
Yep.
Great. And earlier, you also mentioned that that there's no other reason that you couldn't see yourself being a member here. Is that right? Yes. So step 2 is summarize. Step 3 is bring back up the lever. Again, this is a today only opportunity. Mr. Smith, I don't want to downplay, the budget decision. I agree. I have a family. We have to watch our budgets. I agree. But I want to remind you, in light of what you've already told me, that today is the very best day to get started because of whatever you're giving them.
Yep. Leverage.
And then step 4 is you want to make sure that you're talking about the right objection. A lot of times the first objection is not the real objection. If they say spouse, sometimes it's a spouse objection. Other times, especially, women will use the spouse objection. I'm not trying to offend anybody on the call. We'll use the spouse objection because they really aren't interested. And that's an easy blame shift. I need to talk to my husband.
Yep.
Or if it's time, I don't believe the time objection. You made time in the middle of the day to come see me. You have time.
Right.
Commitment, all that kind of things. So the last step is you want to make sure you isolate exactly what the objection is. And then you want to tell them that we're going to put the objection out on the table, because the problem isn't me or my programming. And the problem isn't you, Mr. Smith. The problem is price, time, commitment, spouse. So let's join together and figure out a way that we can overcome this so you can get started towards and then repeat the goal they already told you.
Okay, nice. So we have another question. Andy accidentally sent it privately. So he said, so the key is to capture them and have them open up at the point of, just face to face, and then visit before you give them any 1, 2, 4 week pass and let them walk away. Okay, hold on. That was a little, all right. That's exactly how it's, all right. So the key is here. Hey, Andy, can you ask that again? And then that way, because I might be reading it wrong, honestly.
Sure.
But yeah, man, I love that because it just confirms to me that sales is the same across the board. It is the same steps. It's plug and play, according to the industry. Because my process is literally very, very similar when I'm closing a new client into the system. I'm like, listen, we can, like, all of those points are huge. And so if we can really solidify that, I cannot wait to let everybody else get their hand on just your process, because it makes 110%. They should go through the same exact, process every time. Like,
Sure.
So thanks so much, man. Is there anything else you'd like to cover? Is there any questions, guys? If you have them, go ahead and drop them in the chat now. And then I'll start moving forward into the rest of what we have to do in this call, because that's pretty good, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So anything else that you can think of that to just help them get that sale?
That's the biggest thing. If your salesperson is continuously having objections, that means they're weak in the earlier stages of the process.
Right.
And so especially with getting this number of leads, as a sales team, you need to be practicing your sales steps weekly. Because the more you practice and the more data you keep, you can identify what we call bottlenecks. So where is this salesperson struggling, and how can we help them change that habit? 9 times out of 10, your salesperson gets in a habit just how somebody who's not exercising is in a habit. And you have to help them change that habit to overcome that problem.
Right. So Sarah asked, what can I say or do to get them to answer an email? Maybe Sarah following up through text or call.
Yes.
Some people
always end a message with a question.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. So you're like provoking a response.
That's it.
Yep. So Ryan asks if I'm recording. Yes, sir, I am recording. We will package this up and get this over back to everybody. Roger says, can we get a follow-up with actual numbers so we can get a gauge for expectations and targets?
Sure. Well, I mean, like
he said, versus total leads generated.
Yeah.
Like percentage of appointments set, percentage of rate of appointments set. That's awesome.
So how we work is our goals is my salespeople have to set 5 appointments a day.
Nice.
And that's on all leads, not just Facebook. I mean, we want to acquire leads via, Facebook, referrals, businesses. Of course, corporate's going to send whatever leads they try and send.
Right.
So we have 5 or 6 or 7, lead acquisition centers, if you want to call it. So they got to set 5 a day. And if not, they have to answer why they didn't set 5 a day.
Okay.
And then
nice. I love that.
And then their goal is to sell. I mean, we're not trying to sell the world. We're in Mississippi where the population is shrinking. We have 36% of our population is obese. Only 13% of the population even use a fitness center. The national average is 20%. So, I mean, it's not like we have a pie in the sky situation.
Yep.
And so a lot of it is hustling. It's telling your salespeople, I don't care how many numbers you have to call or text or email, you got to get those 5 sets a day.
Yep. I love it. Yep. Setting that expectation there is really important. Yeah. So, thanks so much, Josh. We'll get with you after this call. But I'm going to go ahead and move forward to a couple of other things I had to talk about in the call. So we're going to draw. All right. So wanted to let you guys know that we have a couple of extra things that we're currently working on inside of the agency. So I may be coming to you guys. And so we're bringing on this full lead nurturing system where we'll basically do everything and set the appointments and all that good stuff, nurture the lead. So, because like Josh said, you literally, sometimes you have to follow up with a lead. They follow up 10 days in a row if the lead doesn't answer right away. That's really, really important because that person opted in for a reason and you don't want to let anybody slip through the cracks. So we're going to offer something later on to where we'll do that side of it for you. We are going to up our rates on the month-to-month side of things, but not for anybody that's a current client. So you guys will stay at your rates. And then I wanted to talk about how you guys, and this is just really quick. So we just started a new system here, and I'm going to share my screen really fast. Sorry, I know my desktop's a mess. So let's do this. gymleadsfast.com. Oh yeah, guys. So also, if you want Josh's kind of layout of what to do with a lead when they get in-house, drop your email in the chat. That way I can make sure I copy everybody's stuff and get it over to Josh so he can either send it or I can send it to everybody. So if you don't mind doing that for me. I know I made you guys drop it too, but some of your names inside of the software are not showing up. It's showing up as like Snap Fitness, Anytime Fitness, stuff like that. So I'm going to introduce you guys to our new program that we're about to roll out. And we've been really solidifying on this, but now we finally got it down and what we want to do with it. So gymleadsfast.com/let-us-pay-you. So I want to talk about how you can make an extra $60K throughout the year. So we're rolling out a Let Us Pay You program. Referrals seem to be really, really valuable to us. And so we're willing to pay out up to $5K a month just for sending one email. Literally, if you come to gymleadsfast.com/let-us-pay-you, basically what we're asking you to do is just, refer us through email. And this is only if you've gotten good results. Okay? It's like, I don't want you to do anything. Like if you don't trust, if you're a new client, we haven't proven it yet, then perfectly fine. Do not send it. But if you're getting good results from us, we'd love for you to share the love. We're willing to pay. So basically all you got to do is literally CC us in an email with however many gyms you want. And then the opportunities that are created for us out of that, if any of them close, we'll pay you $200 a month for as long as that client's with us. So if you have like 50 friends or whoever, like 5 friends, like literally the easiest $200 a month you could make. Like if those people do decide to close, I mean, literally all we're asking for is the introduction. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. So that's gymleadsfast.com/let-us-pay-you. If you're interested in more in that, or you want to hear more about that, let me know. But if you want to see all this stuff, and it's literally templated right here, what you need to send over. If you click this button, it'll literally open up the email and have the email already written out for you. You just plug your name in there, and then you type in whatever email you want. And then other than that, so like I said, we're going to be launching the high-level follow-up. I paid a lot of money for a software that is like literally has the calendar, has everything in there for you guys, so that and I'm not going to lie, the guy that he ended up selling his agency. Apparently it's gonna, from what I understand, it's taken a lot of the weight off of you guys and it's supposed to like at least triple the amount of bookings we're able to get month to month. And then also what it's going to do is it's going to reactivate current lead lists that you have just by reaching out. So I've only gotten one email so far from, okay, false. I got everybody's email. Scroll down a little bit. All right. So that's pretty much it. Did everybody get value out of this call? And, just want to make sure if anybody has any questions, feel free to unmute yourself now and ask so Josh can. I know Josh is probably getting hot outside. It looks like it's
no doubt, man. It's hot.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab these emails. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, we've got like 15 more minutes. If not, if we don't get anybody in the next like 2 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the call, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and write down everybody's emails. I'm gonna screenshot all this. Yep, so Roger sent his email. Yeah, man, like I said, dude, I really appreciate this. This is something that'll be unbelievably valuable to not only our current clients, but our new clients. So you're definitely a killer in sales, man. I mean, the numbers don't lie, So,
sure.
And so you get on, you train with your salespeople, how many times?
We have 2 Zoom calls a week.
Nice.
Every Monday it's a stats call. So we literally talk about stats, sets sold. We call it save. So how many past people did they keep or prevent from canceling?
Yep.
And then scheduled. How many people did they schedule for a FC at the point of sale? And so we want to identify bottlenecks there.
Okay.
And then on Thursday we role play this exact pipeline every Thursday.
Nice. That's the thing is like repetition too. And that's, I just got back from GSDCon, which is like a gym owner. It's basically just teaching, gym owners how to scale. And the guy got on stage and he was basically just like preaching repetition and just because, I mean, you're exposing someone to information if you tell them once. They're exposed to it's not a part of them until it's repeated. So you need to train your sales team to, you know, go through this process over and over and over again. So I love that, man. Listen, I really appreciate you guys, you know, attending the call. Josh, thanks again. And so I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Like I said, we've got this thing recorded. We'll get it packaged up, sent to everybody. AJ says, thanks for all your time. That was a wealth of information. Thanks, AJ, for attending. Oh yeah, no. Wait. One more thing. Okay. So I got to throw everybody in a hat, and I'm going to do a drawing for next month's invoice for free. See, leverage, right? That's what Josh was talking. I had to get you guys on the call somehow. All right. So Karen says, great info. All right, perfect. So we've got, oh yeah. And by the way, Josh, unfortunately, because you have, so this is for one club. Right. So I'm going to put Josh in here. We've got Karen, Samaj. What club are you at? We've got Ryan at Blue Springs, True Star, Miller, Snap. All right. So yeah, True Star. What club are you at? Shannon is at Washington, Michigan. So that's Jenny's club. Jenny. Perfect. We've got Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'll just put Fort Wayne. Yeah, and we've been growing so much. It's so, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's gotten hard to keep up. And because I'm really trying to be personal, like I try to develop a relationship with all of our clients, but we've got so many now, it's hard to. So AJ, John Shook. We've got Cheyenne Dale. Not sure what Cheyenne Dale. All right, perfect.
And I'll say that while you're doing that,
yep.
For those who are selling PT, paying pleasure pathway is the same steps in the PT sales process.
Okay, nice. So like you said, pain pleasure pathways.
Pathway. Yep. So they're taking the same information they already got in the membership process and then going deeper. You know, because it's a higher ticket item. I mean, you need to really drive home the pain and then really spell out how you're going to get them to that process, you know, to that pleasurable, you know, they call it vacation, you know.
Yep.
You know, because you're asking for a much higher ticket.
Right.
But it's the same follow-up process, same scripting and nurturing, all that goes the same. Now your lead is a member. So.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm numbering everybody now, and then I'm going to punch it into a Google, just a random number generator, and then I'm going to name all these out for you guys, and then we'll just have Google generate our number 1 through whatever, however many people are on. So Fort Wayne. So, Josh, is this something that you already have written out?
Yeah, it's in my email.
Okay, nice. All right, so Roger is 9. All right, perfect. All right, so it looks like I've only got 10 right now. So if you guys haven't let me know. So I've got, I'm going to put Samaj in here. Samaj. All right, so I've got 11. So this is what I've got. And if I'm missing you, let me know right now. So I've got 1 for Karen, 2 Ryan, 3 Jenny, 4 Fort Wayne. I need to put a name with that. But 5 is AJ, 6 John Shuck. 7, we've got Cheyenne, 8, Todd Bernstein, 9, Roger, 10, Snap Fitness Akron, 11, Smaj. Did I miss anybody on the call right now? Let me know right now. I'm going to give you guys 20 seconds. All right. Cool. Oh, wait, Josh, did I get you?
No,
Josh.
You're good.
Josh. I don't know. You're the biggest name on the sheet now, somehow. All right. 10 seconds, guys. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up right now. Perfect, guys. Thanks again for attending the call. I hope you guys got value out of this. I know I did myself. So it's definitely huge to get Josh on here and kind of learn his process. Random number generator. Perfect. So we've got 12. I'm going to check the chat one more time to make sure no, we're not missing anybody. All right, perfect. So we got 12. Generate 4. Number 4 is Fort Wayne, one of the only ones that doesn't have a name on it. So I'll go ahead and email you, and we'll get that taken care of. Guys, thanks so much for attending the call, and I'll get all this stuff out to everybody. God bless, and thanks again, Josh, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, dude. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, see you guys.
All right.